from the ATL in Atlanta, home of the Players Play.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Good morning. Live from Atlanta, Georgia, of this 2025 SEC Football Kickoff Media Days, Day 2.
Throughout the years, we always have like our moment. We add to the open. Right, we add to the open. I feel like we should make a new rule that each of us get to veto one of the clips.
You put it on tape, that's eligible to be out
But
there.
you got to realize, when I did the picking of the nose, it was like a, hey guys, and I went in like a big, it was like a 4-second picking of the nose to make it on camera. But the way that it's been deceptively edited in the beginning of the show makes it seem like you and I, like I was off camera and I was just digging for gold. That was definitely not the case.
This guy is completely lying because
that is, you're lying, that you're lying.
You didn't sign off and say that was okay to be in the open?
Absolutely not.
You're lying.
I swear on Bo and Thomas Burns' life.
All right.
But I did not, since it said that I properly said that I did not sign the waiver
take it
that
off?
said please.
Do you want to take it off?
No, because now it looks weak if I go ahead and do it. I'm complaining for the sake of complaining. We're going to be talking to QB1 for the Georgia Bulldogs, Gunnar Stockton here in just a couple of moments.
QB1 coming up for the Auburn Tigers as well.
That's right, in Jackson Arnold.
Former QB1 Danny Warfel in this.
QB hour here is, I can't believe we're already in hour number 3 of day 2. Is we move forward and we talk about kind of the X factors for so many different players. I think we know Lenore Sellers is that guy for South Carolina. We know it, DJ Lagway for Florida. But for the Georgia Bulldogs, it feels like the whole season rides on the shoulders of Gunnar Stockton. And this is not, hey, you've never been here before, you've never played in big games. We've seen Gunnar with that opportunity.
Since when did that narrative change in Georgia, though? Because I would agree with you to some degree. But, like, Georgia has never been known as, like, a quarterback-centric team, necessarily. Like, you win national championships with a former walk-on, and people kind of try to down-talk what Stetson Bennett did after all those highly recruited quarterbacks. Like,
yeah.
But, like, when did we decide that it was all about the quarterback at Georgia? Because for so long, it was about the offensive line, running the football. It was about the defense. Like, why does it feel different, like it falls on Gunnar Stockton's shoulders this year?
Because I think there's so much parity in college football. You have to have players that are exceptional to win a national championship game, right? We go back and look at, over the last couple of years of who are these guys that, yes, your team was good. Your team was good enough to get to a college football playoff, but what was that elite level type football? Because I think that in the college football in 2024, 25, now that we've seen the transfer portal and NIL, there's been a trickling down. Nobody can stack rosters like Kirby did such a great job of doing in Athens, where he did it just like Saban. Saban used to have a third-string defensive tackle who was going to be a first-round future, draft pick. You can't do that any longer.
But would you go back, would you say Will Howard last year for Ohio State was an elite quarterback?
Yeah. The way that he played in
the playoff feed. I don't necessarily think...
Not throughout the regular season, but when it came time to shine, there was zero doubt that was going to be the case.
And I think you have to be able to make plays when those plays are presented to yourself as a quarterback. But I don't think that Georgia, I don't think that Kirby wants to put this all on Gunnar Stockton to have to try to win games for them every single Saturday.
And nor should he, but I think there needs to be those shades of when Gunnar Stockton kind of take it to that next level. And are you winning games because of it? I think at first in Stetson Bennett's career, I mean, hell, how far did he have to go to even get that job? But it was, all right, well, we won games, but Stetson was a good designated driver. And then it became more and more of success.
Second year was more about...
It was all Stetson. Not all Stetson, but it was Stetson being the damn man. And so there needs to be shades of that from Gunnar Stockton. That's why I'm really curious about what this offense will look like early in the season. How much did Mike Bobo over the last couple of years just get absolutely crushed because they're like, well, I mean, this offense is not great. Like, when is it going to come together?
Remember that they would complain about early season games and not being more aggressive, but I think Mike Bobo's done a great job of bringing quarterbacks along and not trying to ask too much of them early in the season. I think that's kind of what you look at this year with the way Georgia's schedule plays out. It's kind of a ramping up for that week 3 matchup when they go to Knoxville, and I love the opportunity to continue to let Gunnar Stockton grow in this offense and as a leader through those first 2 weeks of the season.
We're going to get him mic'd up right now. Let's go ahead and look at that schedule. If you have an opportunity, Luke, to put the schedule up, is kind kind of that the ramp up for the opportunity for QB1, number 14 coming in, 69% completion percentage last year, an opportunity in those 9 career games. And remember, started the college football playoff quarterfinals, and this is a big opportunity for this young man. And
can you imagine, though, being thrown into that situation where your starting quarterback gets hurt last year in the first half of the SEC championship game? Gunner comes in and kind of energizes the team, quite frankly, in the second half of that ball game. Here's that schedule that you talked about. I love the way that this schedule kind of gives you an opportunity to get your feet underneath you. Marshall's a quality football team. You play a little overmatched Austin Peay before opening up the SEC play at Tennessee. A tough test every single year, but excited about how kind of this Georgia Bulldogs schedule gets tougher and tougher as it goes on.
So how big of a difference is it as Gunner Stockton joins us here on set? The difference between last year at this time, Gunner, for you, and all of a sudden when, the C's had to part, you got your own security team walking down here to our set this morning.
Oh yeah, it's been a little different.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed it. It's been a great process so far.
I think one of the best compliments that you can get as a member of a team is watching your fellow teammates react to you. How they got energized in that second half of the Texas game. What was that feeling like? Just seeing everybody kind of rally around you there as you won that ball game in the second half against Texas.
Yeah, it was an awesome experience. Something that you dream about, and I was glad it went the way it did, and I just can't wait for this season.
So what's something that you personally have tried to work on? Is it more leadership style? Is it footwork? Is it something in the pocket? Like, give me, what's the tangible thing that you said, I've really focused on this all season? That's going to be a difference when we see you take the field.
Yeah, for me, it's my footwork. This all season's been a big key point for me, and also just connecting with my teammates and getting to know everybody better.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit earlier about Mike Bobo and a guy that played at Georgia. Your head coach played at Georgia. First and foremost, what is it like playing for those guys that actually walked the same halls and played on that same field? And two, with Mike Bobo having the ability to relate with you as a quarterback of Georgia, the offense, how it's being built around this year. Just talk about that entire experience.
Yeah, I think just being able to say you played at Georgia is awesome, and coming back to coach your own water is I know it means a big deal to them, and you can see it just by the way they coach and the way they handle themselves, and it's neat to be able to share that experience with them.
Is he chilled out a little bit? Because I remember when Kirby first took over the job, and we couldn't even air any of his practices because it was 95% it was not safe for work on the language. But I feel like there's almost more like a settling of Kirby, or is he just as crazy as ever?
He can still get crazy. I wouldn't know that.
He gets after you every single day in practice.
Yeah. He'll get after you, yes sir.
Yeah, in a constructive way, obviously. What's that balance of pushing you versus also nurturing you and the talent that you have?
I think for me, I've always been coached hard. My dad, he coached me in high school, and he coached me.
Nothing can be worse than that, right?
And so I was coached pretty hard, and I can take a good hard chewing. So, but I practice and play better like that.
Yeah.
And, I kind of want to know when I'm wrong, and just tell me straight up. So.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit earlier about the frustration offensively last year with a lot of drops and missed opportunities. A new group of wide receivers this year. You go out and get a receiver from USC, Zachariah Branch. You get Will Thomas from Mississippi or from Texas A&M. Talk about that group of receivers and the addition of those two guys specifically.
Yeah, we're so excited. This offseason's been great. Just getting to know everybody. The new freshman, the guy that's been there, everybody from the portal. So it's been a great time getting to know everybody.
What worries you?
For me,
Yeah.
just in general, what kind of keeps me up at night is like if I didn't prepare enough, or that's why I try to, when I lay my head down at night, just doing everything I can to make sure I'm in the right position.
How do you have something you write down, like a journal or something like that, to where, hey, if you get these thoughts at night, you put them down, or like how do you handle the mental aspect? Because this is not just a game. This is a lifestyle for everybody, especially here in the SEC where it just means more.
Yeah, absolutely. I think just going back to being grateful for the opportunity. I mean, being here at Media Day is an honor to be here, and just being grateful for the Lord put me in this position to be here, and just just being grateful is what kind of keeps me grounded.
When I played for the Washington franchise back in the day, and our corners were former Bulldog Champ Bailey, Darryl Green, a legend, and Fred Smoot. By the time you got to Sunday, everything was so much easier because of the competition you went up against in practice. I imagine it's got to be the same for you guys. Like, what is it like going up against your defense every single day in practice?
Oh yeah, I mean it's the best. It makes you better. When I first got here, going against the 22 defense that won the national championship, scout team every day, it was tough. But it definitely makes you better and more prepared.
Bulldogs fans are fired up. I see about 100 different media members that are all looking at us right now saying, get him off the set because they want to pepper you with a bunch of questions. Gunnar, we cannot wait to see you coming up this season. Best of luck and have some fun, right?
Yes, sir. Thank
There
you.
it is, QB1 for the Georgia Bulldogs joining us. We go from one QB to another because we got Danny Wuerffel right after Jackson Arnold. All of that coming up. Jam-packed hour here as we start talking about new QB1 over in Norman. Or I was going to say, it used to be in Norman, but it's transfer portal's messing me up, man. It's SEC media days.
We'll be right back on the other side.